as clinicians, as educators, as specialists, as supporters, when we look at certain strategies, people try to focus on specific strategies for autism, or specific strategies for those with intellectual disabilities, or specific strategies for various cognitive disorders. Sometimes these strategies overlap. And when they overlap, the great thing is you can tap into different individuals with the same strategies. However, depending on what that need is, you then may have to separate your approach.
When you talk about things like inclusion, you talk about next step this, next step that, it shouldn't only be academic focused. You should try to take all of that knowledge that you've learned in the school academic field and put it into the everyday living.
Whatever the goal is, set it. Once you set that long-term goal, set short-term goals, objectives in between.
Before you can actually introduce a vocation to a child, there are some things that you will need to consider. You need to consider how well the child is able to use his or her fine motor skills, because that's very important when it comes to vocation.
It's important, though, to not cognitively overload somebody when you're teaching them something new. So make sure that A, you're teaching something new in an environment or a situation or an activity that they know and like and are comfortable with.
Personal experience. When I was in King's College, I had a school son named Shola Fawahimi. And Shola spoke with a very strong Scottish brogue, like really strong Scottish accent. It was through him that I developed another style of learning, which is to actually literally just be patient. He would say a sentence, and I would hear, you know, no. I still remember I would count to 5, and the individual words would just come out one by one. The thing I've come to realize is that there's a disrespect when somebody decides to assault a solution on you instead of actually trying to sit down and find out, is there really a problem with this person or is it a problem with us?
If we would only pay attention and take the time to actually see them, creating an environment that supports them without prejudice, they will shine.
I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. And when they say you won't love you as you are, but I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. Those words wanna calm me down. Gonna send the flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come.
If you find out or you need help, do your research. What's around you? What can you access? Who can you access? Reach out and get information. Trust the specialist before you trust somebody that doesn't know what they're saying, or someone who doesn't know and pulls you down and says, this won't work. That child has autism, there's no hope.
The fear that every parent has is that their child will be useless on their own, that the child will be able to take care of himself, and it is a fear that parents nurse. One of the most powerful things I've heard this year is this: you do not build the road for the child, you build the child for the road.
You are alone in this journey. You're not alone.
And make sure you reach out, because there's people there just like you, and they're just as passionate, and they're willing to share with you, and they're willing to uphold you.
So if you feel like you're in a black hole, don't give up. There is a way out.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me
We
down.
all want the same things.
Gonna send a blood,
To be
gonna
understood,
drown them out.
understand the world, and succeed.
This is brave. This
Now, we
is
may not all do it the
this is
same way
who
and at the
I'm
same
meant to
pace,
be. This
but
is
there's
me.
always a way. Everyone should be equipped with the tools they need to thrive, live a fulfilling life, and contribute to society regardless of limitation.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is proof, this is who I'm meant to be. This is